Hey everyone, Gabriel here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the best alternatives to AliExpress for dropshipping in 2019. So if you're a dropshipper and you're looking for better prices, better shipping times, and overall a more streamlined fulfillment process, then this is the perfect video for you. I'm going to be covering 3 different methods, each with a different level of barrier to entry, so that hopefully there's a method for everyone who's watching this video. So without further ado, let's get right into the content. To start off, I want to highlight some of the common issues with AliExpress and why I think that you should try to stay away from it as much as possible in the long term for your dropshipping business. So number one is that it's very inefficient to fulfill orders at a large scale. Even if you're using an app like Oberlo or Dropify, you still have to order each product one by one, and even if it enters the details for you, you still have to sit at the computer and press the buttons and make sure that everything goes well. People hire VAs to do that, but by hiring VAs, you're creating more room for mistakes to be made. And overall, it's just really not an efficient process to just be ordering products one by one on AliExpress. So it's very inefficient to fulfill orders at a large scale. Another issue is that there's very large markups on AliExpress, believe it or not. I know that the products are really cheap already, and that's why it's a paradise for dropshipping. But the truth is that AliExpress suppliers are also dropshippers. They do pretty much the same thing as us. You want to cut out that middleman. If you're trying to build a long-term dropshipping business and you really want to scale, there's no reason for you to be going through a middleman. Number 3 is that with AliExpress suppliers, you have complete lack of control. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. And, that's really not optimal when you're running a business and when you want to offer good customer service. Another big issue with AliExpress is the processing delays. So when you combine that with the slow shipping that we already have from China, the overall delivery time is going to be super long and you're going to get a lot of complaints. So it's not uncommon for AliExpress suppliers to have processing delays of up to 7 days sometimes. And during that period, you're not going to have a tracking number, you're not going to have anything to show to your customer, the order is not going to be marked as fulfilled on your Shopify backend. So naturally, you're going to get a lot of customers reaching out to you and opening chargebacks because they're concerned about their order not being shipped yet. So if you're relying solely on AliExpress for your fulfillment, this is going to be a big pain point for your business, and you're going to get a lot of chargebacks, a lot of things, which leads to a whole bunch of other problems. So, you want to avoid those processing delays, and the best way is to move away from AliExpress. Lastly, it also pushes up the order count for your product. So if you have a product that not a lot of people are selling yet and you're doing really well with it, if you're ordering solely from AliExpress and you push up the order count a lot, people are going to start noticing that product and more people are going to start selling it. So, a product that could have been just yours and you could have dominated with it, now it's going to be brought to people's attention and there's going to be a lot of competition. So for the first alternative, the low barrier to entry alternative for people who are just starting out with dropshipping, getting a few orders, and they just don't want to go having to deal with AliExpress all the time, what I recommend is Oberlo suppliers. So this is usually what I use to test products, and one of the downsides of using Oberlo suppliers is that they usually charge a lot more and it's more expensive, but it's also a lot more efficient. Now, what Oberlo suppliers are, it's basically suppliers that Oberlo has teamed up with, and a lot of them are the same people as AliExpress suppliers, right? But the main difference is that you don't have to go through AliExpress every time to order your products. So they're kind of working together with Oberlo, and you can just mass order everything. So you can press one click and ship out all your orders, and there's less processing delays. There's a direct integration between the two, and it automatically fulfills your order. Everything's easy and simple to work with. So I like using Oberlo suppliers. It's not something that you can scale with because of the expensive prices, right? You can get a lot cheaper prices if you use some of the other alternatives that I'm going to talk about next. But when you're just starting out to test products, this is what I like to use. So just to give you guys an example, let's say you were trying to sell this wireless charger, and as you can see on AliExpress, it's $1.93 plus $2 for shipping to the United States via e-packet. So if we take this product and we search it on Oberlo, so I already did that, I found the product right here on Oberlo. I just typed in wireless charger, and it says right here by Lemon Tree, which is a verified supplier. So that tells you that you're not going to have to go through AliExpress. Even if the supplier is not verified, so like this one, for example, by Grand Distribution, this still means that you don't have to go through AliExpress. You can order all your products in one click and everything. If it says by AliExpress, that's when it's just off of AliExpress and you're going to have to order each product one by one. So just in comparison, this one right here, this is the same charger. And as you can see, it's a little bit more expensive. So it's $3 instead of $2, and I think the shipping price is about the same. Yeah, so the shipping is the same. So you're paying $1 more, but you're going to get it from a verified supplier. There's not going to be as much processing delays, and you have more shipping options. And overall, it's just much easier for you because you can just fulfill all your orders in one click and not worry about it. The second alternative that I'm going to talk about in this video is using a dropshipping agent in China to fulfill your orders. So this one has a bit of a higher barrier to entry for two reasons. Number one is that most agents have a minimum amount of orders per day in order to work with them. So usually it's around 20 to 50 orders per day, and if you don't have that requirement, it's just not worth their time to work with you. So you need to have minimum 20 to 50 orders per day for most agents. Another barrier to entry is that you need to be able to send international wire transfers to pay them. So if you don't have proper business banking in place, you won't be able to send wire transfers, and that's going to be a problem. But if you have those two requirements in place, you should definitely look into using a dropshipping agent for your fulfillment. It makes things a lot easier. So how it works is that they're going to source the product for you. So you're going to send them a link to the AliExpress product, and they're going to find out where they can get it for the cheapest price possible, and then they're going to buy it in bulk to fulfill all your orders. And so they're going to pack each order individually and just ship it out and send you back the tracking numbers. So this saves a lot of time. And how this works is you're usually going to use Excel sheets to do this. So there's two apps that I personally use to do this, and it's Exportify and Mass Fulfill. So Exportify allows you to export your orders to an Excel sheet and apply filters to only get relevant orders. So I use Exportify every day to export my orders for that day, and then I'll send that Excel sheet to the agent, and then he's going to pack my orders, ship them all out, and then fill in the tracking numbers on the Excel sheet and send me back the Excel sheet. And I'm going to get back the Excel sheet with all the tracking numbers for those orders, and then I use the app called Mass Fulfill, which lets me just upload that Excel sheet and automatically mark all those orders as fulfilled and put the tracking number in. So it saves a lot of time. You only have to do this once a day, and you can fulfill all your orders at once, and it's cheaper than AliExpress, and you can get better shipping times. So yeah, you can avoid processing delays with a dropshipping agent by keeping a balance with your agent. So for example, you could keep a balance of $5,000 at all times with your agent for him to manage your inventory. And then what he's going to do is he's going to keep buying in bulk based on how many orders you're getting per day. And he's going to manage your inventory, manage your stock. You don't have to worry about anything. And he's always going to have inventory on hand to ship your orders out. So yeah, this is a great way to avoid processing delays. And you can also get faster shipping times by using a dropshipping agent, because you can negotiate with them, you can talk to him, you can explain your requirements, and he can find a shipping method that fits your need. So obviously you're still shipping from China, so there's a limit to how fast the shipping can be. But you can ship with FedEx, you can ship with Royal Mail for the UK, there's a ton of shipping methods that are actually relatively fast from China and that AliExpress suppliers just don't want to use. So if you're using a dropshipping agent, it opens up a whole new world of opportunity in that sense. So when it comes to finding dropshipping agents, there's no easy way to do it. One of the ways is just putting a job posting on Upwork and try to find a dropshipping agent that way. And another way is just to leverage your network to see if you have any connections who are using dropshipping agents and who can refer you to them. So if there's anyone watching this video who has over 50 orders per day consistently and wants to be referred to my dropshipping agent, I can definitely do that. Just send me a DM on Instagram and I'll refer you to my agent. I've used him personally for a while now, and I've had nothing but good experiences with him. So yeah, if you have over 50 orders per day consistently, just shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll put you in touch. The last alternative that I'm going to be talking about is using fulfillment centers to ship your orders. So this has the highest barrier to entry out of all the methods that I just talked about, but it's also the method that has the most control over your inventory, over your business, and it's the method that you can offer the best shipping times with. So this is what all big brands do. They all use fulfillment centers, or they use their own in-house fulfillment centers, but having a fulfillment centers gives you 100% control over your inventory. So you manage your stock, you know how much stock you have at all times, you know when a product is out of stock, you can predict processing delays and all that. Also, using a fulfillment center, there's no such thing usually as a processing delay. All orders are going to get shipped out right away. It's really efficient. So it's definitely something that you want to consider if you're at that point in your business. So there are a few downsides to using a fulfillment center versus something like a dropshipping agent. Number one is that if you're shipping a lot internationally, you're going to have to distribute your inventory in a smart way, right? So for example, if you put all your inventory in the United States because that's where the majority of your orders come from, but you still have 50% of your orders coming from international, it's going to cost you a lot to ship all those international orders from the US versus shipping them from China, because China has extremely cheap shipping rates. So that's something to keep in mind. And the way to fight this is distributing your inventory across multiple fulfillment centers. So one in Europe, one in the States, just really distributing it so that you can provide good shipping times to anywhere in the world. But then again, once you distribute it, the more you're distributing your inventory, the more this is going to cost you, the more work you're going to need to put into managing your stock levels and all that. So it gets really more complex, and that's when you're really starting to build a real business versus just a dropshipping store. So just to give you guys an idea of what it's like to work with a fulfillment center, this is shipbob.com, and this is a fulfillment center that I use for one of my stores, Beauty Charcoal. And this is what the interface looks like online. So this is my inventory status right now, and these are all the products that I have in stock with ShipBob at their warehouse. So when orders come through on my website, it's automatically going to sync with this web app, and they're going to get the information about the order. They're going to pack it and ship it out to my customer and automatically fulfill it and upload the tracking number. So it's really efficient, saves a lot of time, and the main thing you have to worry about is just keeping your stock levels in check. So when you see something running low on stock, you need to reorder it from Alibaba and send it back in to your warehouse. Alright everyone, so that is pretty much it for this video on the best alternatives to AliExpress for dropshipping in 2019. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I drop videos like this one all the time, and if you haven't yet, make sure to join my Facebook group, first link in the description, and you'll be able to network with a lot of e-commerce entrepreneurs and ask any questions if you get stuck. So on that note, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next.